if 2023 hasn't been exactly what you would hoped it to be, if it hasn't been going as great as you wanted it to, maybe didn't achieve the goals you were planning to achieve, or maybe you're just looking to uplevel your life, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to share 5 steps with you today so that, in fact, for you, my dear, 2024 is going to be your best year yet. If you're new around here, hi and welcome. I'm Catherine Louise. I'm a business mindset mentor and founder of the East Hampton Method, and I help women to become their best self and live a happy and successful life. So if that is something you're interested in, you should definitely stick around. Step number 1, assess your life. Where are you at in your life right now? And I mean it. This is actually time to really dig deep. Take that moment and really literally write down every little thing about your life right now. And don't worry, nobody else but you is supposed to be reading this. So this really is time to get brutally honest with yourself, because here's the thing. You can only experience real growth and development and change when you actually know where to begin with. And this is also important because sometimes we really feel like, oh, this and that is bothering me, when in fact the actual problem lays somewhere completely else. So write down, where are you at in your career right now? What is it that you maybe love so much or maybe not love so much? So in fact, you will desire a change here. What about your relationships? What about your family and friends? How do those relationships nurture you? Or maybe are there boundaries that need to be set in place? And then obviously, and that's actually most important, where are you at with yourself? I mean, seriously, what about your mental health? What about your health in general? What about your physique? How do you feel in your body? Do you love yourself? Do you treat yourself well? This is so important, and this is why it is so important to really take that time for this really figuring out about your life and knowing what you're actually working with. Where do we actually start? Another thing which I found is so crucial to work with and actually think about it is, are you getting enough inspiration in? I mean, seriously, because we tend to get so caught up in our day-to-day life that we're not really receiving the inspiration we need to grow and to develop and really move forward in our life to where we actually want to be at. And how about traveling? Do you actually love traveling? And if so, do you travel enough? Traveling is another form of inspiration, and really being literally away from our everyday life sometimes is so good to our soul. Step number 2 would have to be set your goal or goals. So probably you're like, well, obviously we want to set goals, but are you actually setting your goals the right way? Because here's the thing, and that is what makes the biggest difference. When my clients come to me and be like, okay, so why do I not achieve my goals? We need to start at the beginning. Do you actually set your real goals? What I mean by that is most of us tend to set goals that we think and believe we could achieve, when in fact we would deep down inside wish for something way bigger than that. We just tend to not set that goal because we believe we wouldn't be able to achieve it anyways, right? And then on top of that, some of us may have made that experience before, that we achieved a goal and then we got so nervous because it was so big that our nervous system just wasn't ready for it yet and literally sabotaged the whole thing. So obviously we don't want to go there again and not try to set goals we couldn't achieve anyways. But here's the thing, I actually want you to go exactly there. I want you to set that goal that you wouldn't dare to believe you could achieve it. I want you to set that goal, and I challenge you to do that right now. Write it down and put it in the comments. Let me know, what goal are you setting for yourself that in a trillion of years you would just not believe you could achieve it anyways, and you wouldn't even feel like telling your friends and family. I will share with you in a minute how you can actually achieve that goal, even that crazy big one. But here's the thing, and I really want to share this with you, because there's a thing about moving in silence. And what I mean by that is, when you tell and share your ideas and goals with people, you tend to give them a power, especially if it is people that you really and truly love. And I would recommend, and in fact, really successful entrepreneurs do this all the time, not sharing your crazy big goals. Because here's the thing. If you already are nervous about this goal and somebody that you love and care will tell you to not go there because he or she wouldn't believe it will be possible anyways, most likely you're not going to go ahead and strive for this goal. This is why it is so important to really keep that for yourself. Let that little seed grow, and we move on in silence. And once you're at that stage where you're really like confident about it and you've already achieved some of those things, right? Then you can obviously go ahead and share with the people you love. So you may question right now, okay, go, tell me. How do I actually achieve those crazy big goals? Well, what you want to do at this stage is write down that really big and amazing goal. And by the way, I want to give you a little side note here, which I truly, truly believe. If this is your goal, if this has been your idea, it is yours already, right? It is in your mind. It is a part of your system, a part of you as a human being. And how about if you can believe just for a second that this is meant to happen? This is like your roadmap. This is your GPS. This is the destination. Remember, most people don't have a clue about how to get to a certain stage when they start. They just take it step by step. And I really want you to ingrain this mindset of taking it one by one, step by step. All you ever really need to know is the next step, and from there on, the next step. You see where I'm going? Also, and I truly believe this is the best tip to actually achieve those crazy big goals, is you want to reverse engineer. So what do I mean by that? Take that big goal and break it down into smaller tasks. I bet when you're thinking about your goal that there are smaller tasks that you already know how to take action on. Am I right? And this is where you want to start. And I really need you to write this down. It is so important because you need to lay out your roadmap. Remember, if you haven't been there, you need some kind of a roadmap, and this is what you want to do. So I really want you to break it down into smaller tasks. I want you to break it down as small as it is realistic for you to take action on it right now, today, starting today. And this is so important because if you're overwhelming yourself, let's say you're targeting that goal being achieved by the end of the next 3 weeks. If it is too much and if it is not realistic, you are not achieving this first goal, and that will support your mindset of, oh, I couldn't have achieved this anywho. This is why it is so important to rather break it even more down and then be ahead of your game. That will even encourage you so much more, and you'll be like, yeah, you know what? I can actually do that and achieve those goals. And that will encourage you. And also, and this is so important, remember how I was just talking about your nervous system? The more success you gain by taking it step by step, the more your nervous system will adjust and not sabotage you. So talking about our goals, I'm wondering, what is your goal for 2024? Write it down in the comments, and I will make sure that I'm going to pin my comment where I'm sharing my goal with you too. Step number 3, as I've just been talking about your nervous system and your mindset, this is so important. You really want to check your mindset and your nervous system right now, because both can actually sabotage you in order to protect you. What I mean by that is you really need to sit down and think about, what is hindering me from achieving this goal? Why do I believe I wouldn't deserve this, or I couldn't do it anyways? It is so important to understand that, because you literally want to work on those limiting beliefs. Because remember, there are people who live those lives, that what you want to achieve, and you would wonder, why do they live that kind of life and you don't? Well, the easy answer to this is because they know they could, and just as much as they know that they can do it, you can do that too. It is such a limiting and sabotaging belief that you wouldn't have the means, you can do it for whatever reason, because the only difference in human beings really is what they believe to be true. And this is why it almost seems like human beings tend to almost live completely different realities. It is because they know what they can do or what they know they cannot do. And this is how they live their life and do their decisions and actions. You see where I'm going? When it comes to your nervous system, you really want to adjust it step by step, because remember when I was talking about when you achieve that big goal and you're getting scared, maybe even experience anxiety attacks and being like, wow, but this is not going to happen. This is actually your nervous system completely collapsing, because when you haven't experienced it before, your nervous system doesn't know how to handle it. And this is why it is so beneficial to actually adjust your nervous system step by step. You can do that by, for example, if you want to up-level your life, you want to upgrade your lifestyle, you really want to surround yourself with people who are already there, who already live that life. And the more you do that, the more it is normal to you, which means your nervous system has adjusted. So really think about, when it comes to your goal, what is it that you can do to adjust your nervous system? And you will figure out really soon that you're loving this one. If you've been loving this one, please consider subscribing and give that video a thumbs up. Or if you're listening on the podcast, please leave it a 5-star review, because chances are, if you've been loving this one, you will love the coming up ones. Step number 4, and I'm actually loving this one because it is so easy to do and will make it so much easier for you to actually implement a real change, which is set yourself up for success. Let's say, for example, you really want to nurture your body and make sure your body is healthy and being moved, and you decide going to the gym, which, by the way, is something so many people want to start by the 1st of January. To be starting with this, I would recommend doing, whenever you're watching this or listening to this, start today. Sign up today. What are you waiting for? Second, if you want to go first thing in the morning or right after work, let's be honest, just getting out those gym clothes, that's that feels like torture when you're tired already. So what you want to do in order for you to make it as easy for you as possible, you really want to lay down your gym clothes, want to have that gym bag ready at the door. So even when you're so tired, you can just get in the clothes and almost like automatically do all the things without needing to do any extra step. If you want to drink more water, which would have to be me, for example, just get yourself a nice water bottle. Like, make it more interesting and more fun and most of the times also much more convenient for you to actually take that step. If you're struggling time-wise, I really want you to make sure you actually take out that time, and you do so by really setting appointments for the things that are important for you to change. And another one, which is a huge thing, is you really want to create new routines, and you do that by implementing one thing after the other. Remember, you don't want to overwhelm your nervous system by starting a whole new life the next day, which we all know. And most of us probably have already been there. That is just destined to fail, okay? That's not going to happen. So you really want to introduce new habits, if you will, like one after the other. Give yourself some time. We're not in a rush here, okay? If you need a little bit of extra support when it comes to setting yourself up for success, I do have a freebie, which I link down below, that you can download right now. It is a little bit of a journaling practice that you could do every single morning. It's not going to take too much of your time because I know we're all busy, but it will in fact support you to experience amazing changes in your daily life. Step number 5, and I must say that's probably one of my favorites, and I've been doing, and this is crazy, when I was writing down the things I wanted to mention in this video, just thinking about this number. I've been doing this now for 18 years. Like, just thinking about, like, I've already done 18 vision boards. And yes, obviously we're going to talk about vision boards, because no matter if you want to do it on a cardboard and literally cut out the pictures with a scissor, put it on a cardboard with a glue, or you have a digital one, vision boards are a visual stimulation, especially if you're putting it in a place where you can see it every single day. It will automatically put you into this energy of whatever you're asking for, whatever you want to achieve. I would really love for you to almost celebrate doing such a vision board, because just the process of creating your dream life is so special and so sacred and should mean a lot for you. So put on that candle, put on that music, and I really want to remind you right now when we were talking about setting goals. Be honest, be bold, know that you deserve whatever you're almost too scared for ask for, and put exactly that onto your vision board. If you want to have a little bit of extra support for doing your vision board, I will actually publish a video on how to do a vision board, either digital or like a real one. You know what I mean? I will publish a video in December, so we could actually do that together, and I would love for you to do that. If you would love to do a vision board, but you don't want people that you might be living with or that maybe are in your house or apartment all the time to really see that, I do highly recommend doing a digital one, meaning doing one for your phone or for your laptop or for your desktop, which by the way is actually really good, because then you see it even more often. And again, if you need a little bit of help with that and don't really know how to do that, I highly recommend waiting for the video I'm going to publish, because I will actually provide a free template so you can do it for yourself too. No matter where you're at right now, no matter what you want your 2024 to be, I want you to know that you deserve every little thing you're asking for, and in fact can achieve it if you're implementing those 5 steps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.